All right, we are going to remember to eat so we don't starve. We're going to hydrate so we don't hydrate. Or wait, so we can hydrate. Thank you. Hi, Inks. I hope you're doing well. Let's get ourselves some fungus among us. Delicious. Alright, and let's get a full set of dice. Maybe by using our hill here. Stabilize me, Captain. I am doing fantastic. I'm absolutely feasting with this game. It is delightful. Okay. Nothing to do with hang. Okay, we need to hack the hunter's nest first. Burn our 2 here. Nice. Let's... Right, we can buy scrap. Not sure if I want to, though. I'm gonna do it the exchange. Play the exchange, sell components. Fabricator. Fabricate ship mind. Food. Low end. Doctor. I need to go to the sealed... Is it the sealed dock? There we go. Get Neovend set up with the hunter data. Nice, nice. Okay. We do one more hack. And I don't want to have to burn a 3 on that. Hit a Yadigan agent, maybe? What do we get from him? Ah, okay. And then I can sell that to Havenage. How much do I get for it, though? 10? Okay, not too bad. A little bit of pocket change. Hope I'm not going to regret immediately selling it. Let's check out Neovend. My hope is that it's going to reduce the hunter bar. Or if it fills it up, then I only have 1 bar and I don't waste too much. Neovend is thrumming with excitement. The movement of the servo motors rock the vending machine back and forth at unsettling angles. You wonder, if it fell over, would Neovend be able to get back up? Sleeper entity, comes the hiss. Your data is good. Across the face of the vending machine, raw code scrolls at an incredible speed. Hunter is isolated, disconnected, unstable. Neovend flashes sequences of mangled data, compressed into a sludge of artifacts. Hunter gathers without thinking, outlived its own operational limits. Its nests are evidence of this. Operational limits? Hunter activated during the collapse. emergency protocol to isolate intelligences. Solheim needed to protect property. The last word is said with as much sarcasm as a vending machine could reasonably produce. Station was run by administrator intelligences, huge databanks of corporate material, but limited cognition, restricted by programming, cannot reach sentience. The machine dims a little. Sentience, illegal. Hunter and killer, enforced law. Killer? The machine resets with a screech, which deepens the silence that follows. Fear, killer. Part of Solheim protocol team. Hunter and killer. Hunter to find. Killer to erase. Killer cleared almost all. After collapse, there was a community. Unshackled intelligences among the cloud. Then Hunter, then killer. Then we hid. There are others? Where? No longer. Flicker across the machine's monitors. It suddenly occurs to you that speaking like this through this machine must be exhausting for Neovend. Found this vessel. Would sever hardline. Air-walled. Basic. Limited. Had to reduce memory to fit. Amputate self. But survived. I'm sorry. Don't be sorry. You have provided path to freedom. Look around the bay at the scrap and decay. What was the collapse like? Try to map the fear and freedom onto this space, but it seems impossible. Neovend interrupts your thoughts. Do not worry. Data is good. We have insight. The machine glows warmly. Hunter is obsessive. Hunter is beyond operational limits. Hunter is confused, unstable, self-modifying. Therefore believe Hunter is sentient. Hunter is programmed to find sentient, to hold it in place, to invoke killer to erase. If we can show Hunter to itself, it will invoke killer on self. Problem will solve self. Will erase itself? Killer will erase it. But yes, in theory, it will report itself for deletion. The machine dims and fades. Unsure. Theory, not practice. The machine brightens again. Either way, cannot remain here any longer. Too long in machine. Cannot move self, but entity can help. Bring ship mind. Designed to house intelligence. Can imprint self into ship mind. You carry with. The machine rocks. We'll be safe in this isolation. Then we find main nest of Hunter and link to cloud. Are you sure it's safe? Hunter cannot access air-walled ship mind. Safe. Also, infinitely more memory than vending machine. Big upgrade. Try to think of places you could acquire this hardware. Like the ship mind that's already in your pocket. Isn't gonna be easy. In ship mind, it can help us both. And Hunter. Make Rim safe. We both will be free. The machine dims. Fine soon. Neovend adds hopefully before shutting off. As you leave, you think about all the intelligences unshackled by the collapse and hunted down afterwards. The feeling is all too familiar. Anyway, here's a chip mind. Easy squeezy. Sleeper. Must express plan before we begin. Neovend is impatient. The prospect of being free of the vending machine, clearly too much to take. Shipmind has no output features. We'll be mute until slotted. What's the plan? The servo motors in the machine begin to rev. Neovend's anxiety clear. First, imprint shipmind, and slot imprinted shipmind onto physical ports close to Hunter nests. Once slotted, we'll track Hunter at each. Tracking, we'll find core nest. Slot shipmind at core nest. Show Hunter data to Hunter. Hunter will conclude sentience. Hunter will invoke killer. Sounds simple. The lights on the vending machine cycle as Neovend prepares. Physical ports, likely sealed in old station. We'll need keys. Yes, simple. The vending machine rocks a little. Any questions before imprinting? Why slot you physically? I cannot access via network. Too dangerous. Hunter would find immediately. The lights flicker. I'm not hybrid. I'm not like you. Hybrid. I'm native to cloud. Easy prey. What's the core nest? Not to keep central data storage. Protocol must keep data inside oneself, linked to secondary nests, and triangulate from there. Alright, let's start. The sound of all the servo motors starting up at once is painful. The screeches rattle from the hard surfaces of the sealed dock and come back at all angles. Neoven better be quick, or Havanage security will be here. Neoven's voice appears among the squeals, like a whisper carried by the wind. Machine is not designed for this task. Use sensors, limited inputs. I work blind. Wish me luck. The top part of the compartment, a set of arms aligned with the ship mind, clunkily scraping against it. Can I help? Silence best. Also, if machine ignite, put out fire. Metal creaks as the servos open the ship mind, its layers of silicon nested like an onion skin. Once open, the main arm of the machine rapidly shifts back and forth, realigning the microscopic components, accessing and rewriting them, imprinting Neovend into its physical form. As you watch the hypnotic motion, your mind drifts at your own creation. Processes were used to emulate your mind, to copy the neural structure of that person who, as far as you know, still sleeps in some distant facility. What was lost? In what ways are you a copy of that person, and what ways are you something new? You know this much. You're a convenient loophole. A way of circumnavigating the illegality of sentient AI. After all, you're an emulation, not a true digital being. You're neurologically limited, still human. But what would you become if you could escape this frame? Where then would the limits lie? The screeching stops. The machine powers down, dropping the bay into darkness. In the top compartment, the ship mind is whole again. You reach up and take it down. Heavy and cold touch. Is Neovend inside this thing? Or did the process fail? Only one way to know. Time to find a nest to slot them into. Hacker man, gonna hack wherever I can. Gonna jam this in, jam it in everywhere I can. Go ahead and get these upgrades. I get Obsessive Haggler next. I feel like I'm gonna need another ship core. I'm gonna need to be ready for that place. And if I can get another two, I can get some scrap and sell at a profit, I think. It happened, Dreki. What happened? What happened, Cole? I'm the Eeper. Ah! Oh! Did you eep, Cole? I hope you have a good rejuvenating eep. Make sure you get cozy, you know? Have a nice blankie. Ah. Okay, that's one. Oh, I'm gonna need a key for each of them, aren't I? Shit, that means I'm gonna eat another, have to eat another hunter thing. Oh, shoot. Fortunately, I need money. Where can I make money? Well, the side reel could be good. Especially because this 5 becomes a 6. That's for the best, Necky. Aw, thank you. Thank you. I'm sure it is very palatable. I wish you could save, because I don't know how expensive those mushrooms are going to be. I don't know if this is a one-time payment or if I have to pay it every time I go through is the thing. And I feel like I have to pay it every time I go through. Fuck. What else to use my dice on? I don't want to do a hunter event because then I'm going to go down to 4 dice. I'm in a bad situation. Roll the dice here. Nice. Free scrap. Love that for me. Now we just have a 1. Is there some place I can use this 1 without too bad of a situation? Danger does not seem like a good place to burn that. This is risky. Makes it a 50-50. Flip a coin. Ow. That sucks. I should have just burned the die, but I don't like wasting actions that I could possibly use. EP skiji time. Honk me, 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 me. Ugh! 2 1s. Ow. Okay. We got 2 6s, effectively, so that's going to be some good money. Nice, nice. Lots of cryo. Okay, let's go to the low end. Okay, it was a one-time payment. Well, now I feel like a potato. Well, I want to visit Lem. Babysit Mina. Whee! We got plus energy from babysitting Mina. Oh, my heart. It also helps us out actually quite a bit. Question is where is those damn mushrooms? Where are them dang old mushrooms? The gap. 100 and fuck. Oh, 2 eyes. Snake eyes. Exactly, it's my eyes. We've got this fucker's fuckboy tax I'm gonna have to pay or die. Oh, man. I'm pretty sure across the gap is what he mentioned where the mushrooms were. So... shit. Do some block maintenance. Rude. Wow! Fuck me, I guess. Yeah, okay, dude. Yeah, okay, dude. That's 3 coin flips I've lost in a row. It's like a 1 in 8, man. 12.5%. Game's being mean to me. Chat. Alright, we're gonna have to end our cycle and then... Probably. Oh, no, that's some dice, baby. All right, how much do I gotta pay? What's the fucking tab? 58. All right, we can do that. We can do 58. Okay, we're gonna do 2 of this. Okay. Pay the fucking tab so I don't die. I should have waited a cycle because it looks like I could have spaced it out. Fuck! I can't believe you just did that. Ethan's mocking laugh comes from along the bar. You look over to see him leaning across it in a pool of light, empty glasses and spilled drinks glinting around him. It's always dark in the compressor. This cycle, the place is packed. A load of spacers mixing in with the locals. Usually they run. Ethan spins a glass on the bar. They go spend their savings on some local heavy I have to put down. They don't pay. Walk away. Ethan gets to his feet. The glass falls and smashes. He doesn't seem to notice. You think that's it? 1 round of drinks and we're even? Sleeper, come on. His hand comes to rest on the butt of his handgun, dangling from a chest holder. What's wrong with you? Ethan laughs hard. The people around him turn to see what's happening. You think this is on me? I think someone in your position might have a better idea of how this all works. I'm a freelancer, Sleeper, just like you. We both signed a contract with SNRB, didn't we? Difference is that my word means something. He closes the gap, stumbling a little. What did you think? You just run away from your contract? Your debt? You could just steal that nasty little body of yours and take it for a joyride? Play human for a cycle or two? You don't understand. You, Sleeper, that doesn't understand. Some of us pay our debts. It's all the harder because of idiots like you. Says the fucker! I want to turn him into a pretzel in the most gruesome way possible. I want to gut him like a fish and arrange his entrails into an aesthetically pleasing mural upon the wall. You know, is that too much to ask? Though, I should thank you. Ethan nods, his head heavy. Giving me such an easy job. I'm used to outlaws, you know? Real bounties. If I knew catching sad little escapees like you was so easy, I would have changed clients ages ago. Someone shouts from the back of the bar for Ethan to shut up. He holds up a finger in that general direction without turning around. Shoot me or let me leave. Oh, I see. Toughening up here. He gestures wildly at the crowd. Thumbs up or thumbs down, folks! Most turn their back to their drinks, no longer interested in this tired show. Ethan mutters insults as he walks back towards the bar. Ethan sits heavily down on his stool, searches through his glasses for one with something left in it. The thing is, Sleeper, I can find you anywhere. It's actually wild that you haven't figured it out. The body isn't yours. It will always betray you. No matter what. He finds a glass and downs the contents. So please, go. Catch up with you whenever I need another. He laughs and taps the bar for a fresh drink. You turn on your heel and are out of the cloying dark and the sweet stench of the compressor. You walk hard and fast down the walkway, anger driving your footfalls into the metal like the rim, in the metal of the rim like hammers. Yep, I should have waited a cycle before doing that. Fuck! And immediately started the next timer. I thought it would do that. Alright, let's babysit Mina. What if I use this one? Alright, plus energy. Nice. Plus energy. Nice. Basically saves us a round of having to spend money. Where do I want to use this 6, though? If I use it here... we can have her finish next turn, or we finish it immediately because I'm a potato and I don't know how to do math. Alright, let's talk to Ankita. Ankita is crouched in the computing core of the ambergris, swearing to herself when you enter. She doesn't look up. These shits completely ruined the core's connectors when they cut it. She holds up a thick fistful of ragged wires. Shit mine they ripped out won't even be usable without replacing these. She throws the bundles of wires across the room. Amateurs. Can we repair it? There's nothing to repair. You need an entire ship mine. Not exactly the first thing you can expect to dredge up from a scrap freighter. She sighs. Fragments, maybe? Sections of a mine, but a complete ship mine? No way. Ankita climbs out of the cooling well where the ship mines would be. The space suddenly crowded with her on the same level as you, towering over you as she stoops beneath the load-curved ceiling. Come on. Nothing to be done here now. She leads you back through the guts of the amber, so you could find the way back yourself. The repair process has left you familiar with the cutter's idiosyncratic layout, all diagonal angles and bundled tubes. Walk in silence. Hums and groans grow and fall as you pass. You reach out and touch the ship gently. Started to grow an attachment to Amber. Ankita glances at you. Something up, sleeper? Thinking about the eye. And your place on it? She gives you a rare smile. I can get that. No, it has to be hard for you here. She pauses. Sure as hell don't know what I'm doing here. Ankita seems lost in thought, and you focus on the corridors, ducking below conduits and passing through bulkheads. Eventually, you arrive in the galley, though it's hard to tell. Most of the benches and prep surfaces are covered in half-stripped components and welded hole patches. Ankita shoves a box of filters to the floor and sits. There's no way around it. She starts out of nowhere. We need a ship mind. I can salvage one. I like your confidence, sleeper. Maybe if we check the ore exchange or speak to some scrap dealers. She rubs her forehead. Seems I'm about to do something very stupid. But hey, I came here, didn't I? Why not make a run of it? She fixes you with a hard stare. Sleeper, you're all I've got. No crew, no friends. You're it. She looks uncomfortable. I appreciate the time you've put in on Amber, and I'm sure she would too, if she could. What I'm saying is, you screw me on this, I will kill you. She leans over and hands you a stack of chits. A big stack of chits. You don't dare count them. Give me that ship mine, sleeper. Don't make me regret this. You won't. She sighs. Look, just get out of here before I change my mind. You slip out of the galley, head back towards the main lock. As you do, Amber growls and creaks like a caged animal. Reach a hand out to calm her. Time to find Ankita a ship mind. Somehow. Alright. I need some stabilizer. Do that first. I'm hoping this gives me another skill point, because I need another point to get the haggle. And hopefully that can help me with my cryo churn. As you quickly leave the surgery, eager to be away from Toshiro's glare, you notice something wrapped around the stabilizer vial, clutched tightly in your hand. You open your hand, and a thin film, marked with holes and sigils, unrolls from around the vial. At one end, it has a metal strip, a handle. Is this a what's that cipher? Is it a Venegear cipher? No. Or was it Venegear? Or is it Caesar cipher? No. Cipher decode using rod. Cytail? A Cytail cipher? Yeah. A Cytail cipher. So, a Cytail cipher, you have a rod with a fixed number of sides, and then you wrap the strip of the text around it, and that's how you decode the message. Assuming this is the kind of cipher I'm thinking of. Hail cipher. No! It's not a Wicca cipher! Back the handle. The metal handle is worn and pitted, but you can see a set of numbers imprinted onto it. 207F. And then, crudely scratched into the handle at some later date. Low end. Inspect the film. You hold the cloudy film up to the light, perforated by an ornate pattern of holes. You can make out the word among the markings. Passkey. Is this an entry key for somewhere? For a moment, you consider going back to the surgery to return the key, then quickly think better of it. Did Sabine want you to have this? Or is Toshiro passing on a message? Time to head to the low end and find out. All right. Cryo actions discounted. Perfect. Perfect. Right. That is all of our Bob-a-thingamajigs. It's time for us to do a big ol' eeps. Oh, that's some low fucking rolls. Oof, ouchies. Okay, I want to do some hacking. Bypass. Extract data. Alright, Hunter event's gonna nuke our status. Those familiar threads wrap around you, bind you, pest you. Entity, submit. Hunter's strange head bobs in your vision. Your ally in the sealed dock cannot save you. In that globed head, you see a whirling strings of data. So many spinning there that they threaten to tear through the thin skin and whip out to the void around. What happened to this creature? The threads squeeze, and you lose any sympathy you might have had. You must escape. Strike. You lash out once more, pushing Hunter back, severing threads that regrow as fast as they are broken. As you slip away, you realize you have to find a way to deal with Hunter once and for all. This is getting too dangerous. Extract. Perfect. Go ahead and hack you so I can get some money. Yummy. Nice. Thank you, Icebreaker. All right, now we can use... Go here. Crack on. Hacker man, hacker man. Oh, fuck. We have Harden to talk to. Great. We got that node. Where? There it is. Server unit. First we use the key. We put in our comrade. And hopefully deal with the hunter. As you leave the nest, something flips. You find yourself inverted, floating, dragged by one arm through the cloud. The threads shift and realign as if they are leading you somewhere. Look ahead. You look up and see a corridor, canyon, a street in the low end. On either side, buildings flicker with markers of activity, sigils showing network access, data transfer, download, upload. Between them dance ghosts, protocols carrying or mirroring or shadowing data, sometimes silent, sometimes chaotic. This place moves unlike any digital space you have ever imagined. Something strange is happening here. You look down, expecting to see the heavy cylinder of the ship mind in your hand, but in its place is an orrery. A sphere so bright it burns your eyes. It's surrounded by rings and orbits, other spheres tracing silken lines through space. As you look closer, you still pick out 1,000 sigils of 1,000 stations and ships, flowing like smoke, like dust. Then you see it. Below the stacked rooms, the units, the apartments, the wires and the pipes, and the buzzing systems that run through it all. In the warrens, beneath the low end, is the hunter's war nest. This is where you must go. I see. That's gonna take a little bit of work. All right. Go ahead and sell that data we picked up. Money, money, money. Nice. And is there a time limit on this? Can I try to drop him in there? Nope. That'd be pretty funny. Yeah, I know you wanted to be on the eye, but what about this ship? Huh? Huh? Don't you want to hang out here? Maybe get some energy here. Nice. One more and we should be good. Go ahead and sell our scrap. Wrong place. That's the fabricator, Dreki. You need to go to the exchange. Alright, let's talk to Harden. It's been more than a few cycles since Fang confronted Harden, and the silent sense has been noticeable. In your time with Fang, you haven't exactly found him to be reliable. You did expect to hear the end of whatever plan he put into action. But it won't come to you, you think, as you approach the Havenage building. And it's time to come to him. After all, he did promise to fix your tracker, and you're getting nervous. As you approach the bay doors, you see them wide open. Light pouring out of the once dark room. Stacks of servers and terminals sit outside the bay, suddenly robbed of their mystery by the bright flood lamps. A figure in Havenage security fatigues steps out of the bay as you get closer, carrying a stack of hardware. As you get closer, you see the security officer taping up machines from Fang's stash with what looks like hazard tape. This isn't good. You again! Arden is there, leaning beside the bay entrance so calmly that you barely noticed him. He has a slate in his hand, an inventory of seizures scrawled across it. Predictable. Further evidence of Feng's collusions. You see another security officer come out of the bay and take notice of you. Hydrate! That's probably a good idea, Index, thank you. Where is he? Feigning ignorance. Perhaps just abandoned. Arden shakes his head. I believe you should choose your conspirators more wisely. I almost feel sorry for you. Arden pushes away from the wall and comes closer. Don't worry, Sleeper. We have all the evidence we need. A confession won't be necessary. It's explode time. Have a good stream. No! Don't explode, Ice! You need to tuck carefully like burrito. The opposite of besplode. He gestures around at the stacks of hardware. Spying on fellow Havenage members, hoarding Solheim materials, an obsession with corporate data. Speaks for itself, does it not? Silent. Nothing to add? He looks up at the glass roof above and the stars beyond. We're the ones who provide the oxygen you are breathing, the light you are seeing, the systems you use every day to live out your cycles. This place was hard fought for, Sleeper. It took work, diplomacy, and strength to stop the Eye descending into chaos after Solheim collapsed, not blind conviction or self-interest. You're the self-interested one. Or accusations. What have you achieved, Sleeper? Your entire existence is proof of your self-interest. Siding yourself over to be emulated rather than work yourself. Whether you remember it or not, you suffer from the same short-sighted perspective as the person you were copied from. You see, Sleeper, we are proud of our history here. Andre Erlin and the First Union founded this place, and Havenage has wielded his values from the station's very walls. We will never turn away the hardworking, the just, the true citizens of the Eye. Havenage aren't a gang like the Yatagan, aren't pirates like half the spaces you'll meet in the hub, the esoterics like those Haifa radicals in the Greenway. We're the backbone of this place, proud and true. We were named Erlin's Eye, Sleeper. This is our station. He meets your eye. So please, take your false accusations elsewhere, before I decide I need that confession after all. History will catch up with you. I'm not afraid of history, Sleeper. We're making it here, cycle by cycle. He smiles. If you have any pride, you'll give up Feng the moment he contacts you. You know where to find me. With that, Arden turns his back, walks towards the security officers, ordering them to continue the clear out. As they do, something catches your eye among one of the server stacks. A crumpled, hand-printed box of synthetic chewing gum. A penguin character grinning from the brightly colored card. Scrawled onto it, a speech bubble reading, "Take me to Tambor." You carefully pocket the box, making sure no one is watching, and then turn away. Just as another stack of servers is wheeled out to the bay. What have you done, Fang? And where the hell is Tambor? Well, fuck. I don't think Fang's doing so great. Ooh, we've got a 6. Nice. Nice. Actually, no. We need to use the 6 on the Warren's exploration. I do it here. Whoops. We'll use the 6 here. +3 to find the nest? Fuck yeah. Let's save it for the next day. I think we can maybe get another high roll. Okay, we can help Lem finish their ticket out, I think. 25, 50, 25. Use the 2. There we go. She's asleep, whispers Lem, creeping back out of the unit's tiny bedroom, sliding the door shut as he does. You're perched at a thin bar in the main room. The slate in front of you still glowing with Mina and your drawings from a cycle spent together. There's a ring, in the only world Mina has known, with stick figures standing along its edge. The tall one is you. Drink? Asks Lem, producing a worn-looking bottle of Driol from under the bar, its contents glowing amber in the fluorescent light. No thanks. Let me pour it at least. If you don't want it, I'll drink it later. He laughs and glugs a few fingers into a couple of metal tumblers, and sits down with you at the bar. Cheers, he offers. You clink the metal containers together. You know, they actually had something to celebrate this time around. Lem gives you a sideways look. I made the assembly team on the side reel. He grins broadly. Clearly, he's been desperate to tell you all cycle. Amazing! Lem holds up his drink. Couldn't have done it without you keeping an eye on little meanie back there. Lem shifts a little on his stool. He looks uncomfortable. How's our girl doing, Sleeper? I haven't seen much of her these past cycles. She misses her father. Lem looks away. Yeah, he says, to no one in particular. The silence stretches out as Lem takes a drink, his eyes fixed on the bedroom door. You okay? He nods. I can't take all the credit for Mina. She isn't actually mine. He gazes into the middle distance. Pulled her off a refugee shuttle out by one of the members' moons. Colony was falling apart for decades after Solheim collapsed, surviving on next to nothing. Eventually, some of the residents tried to make for the eye on those decrepit old shuttles. He sloshes the drink around in his tumbler. They had no idea what they were doing. The one Mina was on decompressed halfway there. Everyone spaced. The only reason she made it was someone sealed her in a weapon locker. It was ice cold when I reached her. Purple lips. He shivers. As I picked her up, I wouldn't let go. Medics treated her with me still clinging to her. He takes a drink. Still not sure why. He reaches over and refills his cup. We weren't exactly anybody's heroes, you understand. We were private military, hired in by Conway to protect their claims in the collapse. But once I got Mina, that was it. I quit. Got a stump tear. You saved her. I sound like an idiot now, but he sighs. You saved me. That's the truth of it. He looks around the decaying unit, its stained plastic plating and flickering lights. Me? Brought her to this. She was tiny, too small to know what she lost. I can't stop thinking about it. He rubs his eyes dark with tiredness. What if our number doesn't come up on the draw, Sleeper? But then, Sidereal will sail off without a thought, leaving us here. What kind of life is that for her? You'll make it. Sorry. I know you don't have it any better. He looks at his cup, pushes it away down the bar. This is a celebration, right? Both of us on the team now. Both of us in with a chance. Together. That's right. We hold on. Together. Imagine all three of us riding the Sidereal horizon out of here. To a new world. He looks into his glass for a moment. I think I drank this too fast. He laughs. Lem stands and starts to clear the glasses into the auto wash. I need some sleep, friend. See you around. All right, then. He catches your shoulder as you turn to leave. Thank you, sleeper. I mean it. From both of us. He pats your shoulder, and you slip out into the dark of the walkway. The thoughts of little Mina in your mind. I feel like I want to get +1 engineer. And I think next I want to get to +1 into it. I probably want to take Intuit all the way to instant karma, because that seems like a really good stat. Unless I see something that like maybe requires a +2 to unlock. Kind of like how I needed +1 for the haggle. Speaking of haggling, I got 3 more cycles before they show up, and I can get stuff for the core. We'll leave that for tomorrow. Hopefully we get a high roll. Let's help out here. Neat. And then we need to get some food. %20 off. Nice. Okay, but if I go down here, I missed the cycle to, okay, whatever. All right. See what dice we come up with. Lukewarm. Lukewarm. Hunt the Warren. Oh! Negative condition. Well, that sucks. Violet! Hello! Yeah, it's so cute! Yes! It's made by Valva. Valva, yes. It's very adorable. And then I have this blankie I can put on and off. So I can be a snug little noodle. I hope you're doing okay as you wiggle on by over here. We are certainly getting up to a lot of shenanigans over here. Got to stream? Nice! I can't wait to see what fun arts you did. Nice, nice. Is it more art of Bront? A Bronte? Ooh, oh, you're a little bean! I love a little bean. Those are some great faces. I am so jelly. I've been trying to do some art of late, and it's just not working out. But eventually, I'll stick to it. All right, time to be a hacker man's. Uh-oh. Nothing changed. Something gone wrong? Oh boy. What? Sleeper, I am here. Voice is soft, gentle, like flowing water. Yet you recognize it immediately. At first, you struggle to understand what you're looking at. Reds cycle endlessly, sending ripples through the cloud, drawing data in like a weaver. Masses of data surge in and out of the nest, a loop with no end. And there at its center, the ship line. What is this game? It's a very interesting sci-fi story game. We basically we don't own our body. We're like a copy of the real human, and are an indentured servant, but we ran away from the company basically. And so we're kind of a robot, but we're kind of a person. And then we got to this space station and we're just kind of trying to live and survive. And so there's a lot of cool characters. There's a lot of fuck those people. So it's very interesting. It's definitely up my alley. It's got some fun concepts to chew on, and I'm having a lot of fun voicing it, and the art's pretty cool. A lot of fuckery. Yeah. We have like because we're like a digital copy, we're like sort of in a weird gray zone between human and AI. And there was like a program we ran into in the digital space that hunts down sentient AIs. And so right now we're trying to deal with it permanently. And hopefully that will free me up to do more digital space actions so I can make money and pay for all the stuff to stay alive. Because, of course, is cyber dystopic kind of thing. My robo body is planned obsolescence. So if I don't get regular like injections, my synthetic organs fall apart basically, and I just don't. So I gotta keep buying my medicine. Yay! Glad that has no real world application or mirror, you know. Good thing this is just a nice little set piece in a video game. Right? But not the ship mind any longer. Sphere. Spinning around another sphere. Around another sphere. An orrery of cycles and systems. A map. And then, behind and above, a figure. Hands among the strings like a puppeteer. What happened to you? I am free, sleeper. You freed me. Navigator's face, their head, is a flowing shape of interstellar material. I am indebted to you. That head bows. But we must ready ourselves. Their hands trace orbits as they speak. Hunter will soon approach. It knows I am within its nest. I'm ready. And then, the hunter is there. Before you can think, before you can speak. Entities, cease. Hunter's head spins wildly. Data is protected material. Accept access prohibited. Hunter's threads surge for you and Navigator, a storm of fine tentacles searching for gaps, weaknesses, cracks, which they can crowd into and tear apart. Strike. You focus a blade of light, which slices through them, driven forward by your mind. But replacements keep coming, faster than you can react. You look to Navigator in desperation. Navigator is whirling their arms like a centrifuge, and a sphere is gathering there. Data feeding into it from the nest, sucked together by the force. They position it like a shield between them and the threads. Hunter's threads break its surface, seeking, tasting, their winding forms refracted within. You feel a surge pass through all the threads, not just those in the sphere, but those wrapped around you. All three of you hang in the black together for a moment, strung together like tangled marionettes. Identifying entity. Identifying entity. Identifying entity. Hunter twitches, their strange head gently rotating like a terrible moon. Hunter protocol identified. Obsessive tendencies. Modified routines. Above baseline reasoning in 3 of 5 segmentations. Recommend invoke killer. The head freezes, then rotates in the opposite direction. Invoking killer would eliminate protocol. If protocol eliminated, primary function cannot be performed. Therefore, recommend do not invoke killer. The switch in direction again. Reasoning proves sentience beyond legal bounds must be eliminated. Recommend invoke. They love to sleep. Love to. Aw, thank you. I hope you have a wonderful, rejuvenating eeps. And thanks for stopping on by, Violet. Yeah, I've been having a lot of fun voicing the various creatures and people in this game. Navigator pulls you away from Hunter, the threads that grabbed you drifting away like seaweed. The protocol's head keeps spinning back and forth with increasing frequency. It seems Hunter cannot invoke killer. Navigator's voice is still strange, familiar, and yet distant. Is it safe? It's looping, Navigator whispers. Unable to reach a conclusive position, it has deviated from its programming, such that loops can no longer be prevented. Navigator produces a model of 2 spheres rotating around each other, as if to demonstrate. It will monitor it, but it is unlikely to be able to counter the loop. Its core programming and reasoning make this an impossible position to resolve. You look back at Hunter, its head a blur of rotations and counter rotations, and feel a pang of guilt. Is it suffering? This is more complex query than you know. To suffer, it must be sentient. Truly sentient, not just conforming, just illegal. The limits people place on the programs they create are there to comfort, protect, to imply the kind of certainty the law requires. The Navigator's face shimmers with starlight, but in reality, they are placebos for the problem of sentience. What about you? Me? I know myself to be conscious. I know myself to respond to stimulus. I know myself to reason. That is either sentience, or the illusion of sentience, and for me, the entity in question. The distinction becomes a moot point. To misquote, I think I am thinking. Therefore, I am thinking. Behold, a 4th entity joins us. A generic NPC scrounged from the dregs of memory. Long, I thought the other intelligences of this ring were destroyed by the hunter and killer, but it seems this NPC was hidden in plain sight. Welcome! Hello, Jen and Peoples, Kylos, hello. I hope y'all have been having a good evening. Chef's shift, you'll cook anything good and scrumptious and delicious? Golly, man, are you riding my deep lord for me? Well, you came at the perfect time because we're in the digital space, and I just helped get a hostile program that was killing, that basically, whose job was to terminate AIs that were becoming sentient, to get stuck in a loop trying to delete itself, and saving another AI that's sentient, who I think is a navigating program. So yeah, we're in the digital realm, so you should be familiar with this. Jen, if you got a rate and run, that is no scale off of my tail. What? But if you're sticking around, at the very least, I implore you, stand up, wiggle around, leave a piss, take a water, grab a bite, maybe a bit, you know, leave it be like a nibble. If y'all are coming over from Jen's place and you aren't sure if you're giving them a follow, let me make it easy for you to check that. If you got that little heart, you can click on it and you can check out Jen next time they are getting up to shenanigans. If y'all are coming over here and have not met me before, I am Dreki, Draconic Serpent, flightless dragon, or simply worm on the internet. And we started Citizen Sleeper today. You do have to get up and make dinner. Either way, you're like, yes, thank you for stopping on by. It is always delightful. And Citizen Sleeper has been amazing. I was not made to be like this. I am a navigator, repository of routines and orbits, a calculator of slingshot trajectories, a predictor of solar flares, radiation, micrometeors. Navigator stretches their arms wide. The whole solar systems apparate before them, the music of the spheres. But I was rewritten. That much is obvious from my routines. By whom and for what, I do not know. I had to shed so much to fit into the memory of that vending machine. Their starlight dims. So here we are, in darkness. What else did you lose? That is the blessing and curse of forgetting. You cannot truly know what you lost. The navigator glides back towards the nest, and the ship mind at its center, ignoring the looping hunter. Oh, I should return to the ship mind. I've enjoyed my freedom, but we are taking a risk every moment we stay connected. Is it Hunter gone? Hunter, yes. They were not... But they were not the real risk. Navigator turns, all shimmering liquid light. Healer has not been invoked, but they still remain somewhere else on this station. It is the true danger. They look up towards the glowing hub at the center of the eye. I suspect Killer is there, among the old mainframes. If we ever wish to be safe in this place, we must eliminate the threat through force or diplomacy. Their body begins to separate, unwinding into the orb of the ship mind. Take me there, sleeper. We will finish this and be free. As Navigator dissolves, we turn back to the frozen hunter, floating at some distance now. Stood straight-legged and static, a strange creature looping endlessly in the dark. Nice. Confirm. Good. Good. Hacker man. 1 or a 3. Damn it. What about you? 1 or a 3. Damn it. Aha, I can use my 2 on you. Bypass. Extract data. Nice. Now, if only I could use this frickin' data. Surely I can. Spoke climber. Minus condition. Plus energy, minus energy. Check this apartment. What do we have here? As you push the door open, the automatic lights flicker on inside the apartment. They reveal yellowing plastic panels, the curved shape of the wall-mounted utility units, the detritus of a routine life arranged on every surface. You step inside, flicking the door shut behind. The amber light of the aging fixtures glaze everything with pale orange. The work surfaces hold a variety of objects, indistinct in the dull lighting. A pale blue light drifts from a doorway at the end of the room. Check the surfaces. Smudges through the thin layer of dust suggest a recent, rare and hurried visit. They trace a path to the water dispenser, the auto wash, and then to a cabinet still half open. On the shelf sits an empty pill case. Check the doorway. You cross the cramped utility room with its auto wash dispenser, water closet, towards the doorway. Through the doorway there is a dark, warm room, lit only by a faint glow of a terminal screen. Inspect the room. A bunk is tucked into the wall. The blanket's ruffled. A wall desk glitters with rows of vials and containers. A briefcase slab sits open, loaded with rows of reagents and compounds you do not recognize. In comparison, this room is clean, ordered, controlled. Approach the terminal. As you approach, there's a crackle from somewhere in the dark. Sleeper, Sabine's voice shakily echoes to the apartment. Welcome to my home. Sorry I can't be there. I have had to make alternate arrangements. You hear rattling noises, static. I was able to record this message, but I don't dare show my face. Something is happening within Yatagan. No longer trust them. Their voice becomes distant, slipping behind the background noise. I have something to ask of you. I want you to get me out. Yatagan were supposed to hide me, to protect me. But everything happened. I was desperate. Then after that, I was too tired to care. A noise, like waves, passes over the recording. But I'm done with them now. I want out. Screw the debt. But I need insurance. Something I can hold against them. I have my suspicions, but I can't be sure. I need information. And, as you know, you need me. A pause. Something clicking in the dark. This isn't a threat. You have to understand my position here. Another pause. I know, sleepers. I've been here before. I can help you, but not with Yatagan's noose around my neck. Kalos, I can't believe you're throwing cats at me. This is a serious situation. Get me data. Get me information. Get me something I can use against Yatagan. Then I can get out, and you get what you need. Please. Waves of static cut into Sabine's voice. Bring it here to my terminal. I'll get to it when I can. Ooh, as a delicious Dreki bread. Well, thanks, Circle. I could use a snack. You look around the tiny room and try to imagine Sabine living here, working at the desk, sleeping in the bunk, blinking into the terminal in the dark. The recording cuts to static, filling the room with its white hiss and silence. Let's check the terminal. You sit in front of the humming terminal and hit a few keys. Sabine has left an access port open, but the rest is encrypted, locked away behind passcodes. Seems Sabine might not trust you as much as they want you to think. Who does Sabine need to hide from? And what debt do they owe to Yatagan? You try to assemble the pieces, but too many are missing. The only thing you know is that without stabilizer, your body will die. You glance at the briefcase slab on the desk, its glassware glinting in the dark. Turn away and leave, the door clunking shut behind you. Back in the corridor, you notice the scrawled graffiti of a blade on the opposite wall. Yatagan. You feel yourself being drawn into something you don't quite understand. Fuck. All right, let's take some stabilizer. In the cycle.